Hey, Miracle Makers. I have an incredible treat for you today. I want to introduce you to someone very special. Her name is Shereen Sun. And Shereen Sun is a creative guide, business alchemist, and she's also one of our newest angel alchemists that just joined our Angel Alchemy Academy. What up, Shereen?
Hi, Shereen. How are you?
So Shereen is talking to all of us wild-hearted entrepreneurs today about a very special offering for those of you that are interested in rocking your own soul-centered, heart-centered business and actually want to learn how to make a living from doing it. That's two separate things. So, am I wrong?
No, definitely not.
All right. So, Shireen, I've been wanting to ask you, how did you come up with this summit?
Mm. So the Wildheart Entrepreneur Summit, I started my business and was having so much fun, and I realized that the more that I was playing and the more fun I was having, the more authentic I was being and vulnerable and like all of these really like wild feelings that were coming up for me, the better my business did, and the cooler the clients I attracted, and the more fun I had, and everything just felt super aligned. And I was like, whoa, this is amazing. And I made a bunch of money really fast also, which was also really amazing. And I just wanted to share it. There's so many awesome entrepreneurs out there, lots of creative, spiritual, passionate women who have created a platform from which they can just be themselves and make lots of money in the process, and it's awesome. And so that was my kind of incentive, was just to pick the brains of some of these amazing creative women and learn from them and share that message that this is totally possible and you can do it, I can do it, we can all do it, and it can be a great source of our liberation at the same time.
Oh, I love that. Yes, true that. And I don't think I mentioned in the beginning, Shireen actually asked me to participate in the summit. So I'm going to be one of the entrepreneurs talking about having a soul-centered business that you can actually live off of, you can actually make money and be fully yourself. I mean, you guys know I cuss my ass off. I talk about angels and I don't hold anything back. And so this is the truth of what business can be like today. It's not what we used to think of it. And so, Shireen, I love the concept of this summit because it really is. When you told me about it, it's everything that I believe in and really everything that I'm passionate about. Because I also love freedom, and I want everyone to have the same kind of freedom that I have or that you have found.
Totally. Yeah. I feel like the people that I'm inviting onto the summit and that I'm speaking to are people who I've noticed have created a really unique path in business that is not necessarily one size fits all, but fits them really, really well and lets them become more of themselves in the process. So, yeah, it's a really beautiful thing. And I'm just so excited about this new way of doing business that, you're right, is totally different than like it's not like you're going to college and getting a business degree. Like, this is stuff that you don't learn elsewhere. But there's all these amazing people who are doing it, who are teaching. And so they're sharing all of their tips, tricks, inspirations, kind of ways to move through limiting beliefs and self-doubt and blocks so that you can really put yourself out there. So.
Yeah, oh, it's so amazing. And I was going to ask, why do you feel like this message is important? But I think we're covering it. Is there anything else, I mean, that you want to say about?
Yeah.
You have a
So,
lot more.
yeah, if you're out there and you just have this like creative inkling or dream, or your spirit is like calling you forth to something, and or you're kind of thinking like, someday in the future. That was me. I was like, yeah, in the future, like I'll do this someday. I don't know when, I just, maybe I'll do this thing and, feel really aligned and liberated someday, right? But you can totally make that happen right now, and it doesn't have to be scary, and it doesn't have to be overwhelming, and there's ways you can take it step by step and start kind of like putting your feet on this path. And that's what we're talking about on the summit. So wherever you're at, whatever your spirit is calling you forth to do, bring all of that, even if you don't know what that is, but you know that there's something more that's calling you. Bring it to the summit and sign up and play with us. We've got a Facebook group and lots of people, like I don't know, there's maybe like 1,500 people in there right now, like partying together and playing and talking about our creative dreams and what we're creating and being really super supportive. So it's an epic community, and I want you all to be there.
Oh my gosh, I want you guys all to be there too. Anybody who feels the stir, who, and there's so many people that I talk to in our miracle challenge board that, you know, they know that there's something big happening for them. They know they're kind of that they're being called to do greater work and to be of service, and they're not quite sure what it is. So I love that they get to come too, and that you know that they get to come get inspired and really learn from amazing women about how they cracked the code on freedom.
Totally. And even there's like this personal side of it of, you know, liberation and freedom and creativity and all of that. And then there's this like greater vision for the world. Like we're changing the face of commerce and what it means to be a woman-led business. And just the ways, you know, sustainability, I think, is a really big part of this. And so there's a lot of magic to be had in this conversation, and it does so much. So I'm super excited to dive into it with everyone.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, me too. I can't wait to see all the other interviews either. I'm gonna be watching every day.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
got amazing people on the summit. We've got Sark and Samantha Bennett. I'm looking at my list, Morgana Ray, like just amazing, wild, creative women. So
We love wild and creative.
totally.
Yay, more of that.
Yes,
I
more
love
please.
it. And so tell me, if you could think of, you know, the perfect people to come to this summit, who this summit is truly designed for, who is it for you?
Okay, so I'm really I'm speaking to a lot of different types of women, but I'm particularly interested in those of you who you are seers and seekers, and you're taking courses and you're learning, and you've been cultivating gifts within yourself, and maybe you kind of feel like, oh, should I like take another class, or you know, maybe like keep learning. And I'm here to tell you, like, it's time for you to share. You don't need to keep, you have everything you need, and all of your magic is actually could be your best asset in business. And so that's I think what we're talking about. I'm really interested in this topic of practical magic. Like, how can we take your magic and your creativity and actually allow it to help you be really like intuitively guided in business and just reach amazing levels of success.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I'm so excited because I know that, so like myself, for instance, I had no idea there was a businesswoman in me. I had no idea, not just a businesswoman, but a freaking full-blown entrepreneur. Like, I used to shun entrepreneurship because my concept of it was so dry and it's all about money. And so now there's this new beautiful wave of soul coming through business and through the entrepreneurial spirit. And I geek out on this stuff. I love helping people find their path
Mm.
and help them open up to what it is that they're supposed to do to be of service. And it could be anything, guys. It could be anything.
Yeah, it's something that you know like the back of your hand, right? And it's something that's really deep within you that you're doing anyway. And just like a little bit of like marketing strategy and business tips. And you know, I'm always saying now that I look back on it, I never thought I'd be an entrepreneur. But now that I'm looking back on things, I'm like, wow, I'm highly unemployable unless I'm like working towards my own vision. Because yeah.
That is one of the signs. If you find yourself in a company and you're usually the smartest person in the building, that's the sign.
Or if you find yourself in some kind of day job and you're just like, you're not showing up for it because it doesn't excite you.
Totally.
You know, when you're doing what we're doing, it's like every single day you're working towards something that you fucking love, and
Yeah.
it makes it a lot easier to show up for yourself.
It does. It's you know, the only way I've been able to be excited. When I worked for companies, I was never excited to get to work, but now every day I get to, you know, hop on and start talking to cool people around the world. And I mean, this shit is crazy, and more people should be doing it.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah, and there's space for everyone. There's like so much abundance out there, and the time is now.
The time is now. So tell me, how if people want to sign up for this awesomeness, where do they go?
An excellent question. So there's probably a link somewhere in like the
We'll,
caption of this.
we'll be putting a link. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there, if you can also just go to www.wildheartentrepreneur.com and you just sign up, and then it's all going to show up in your inbox pretty quickly after you do that, probably immediately, if everything works according to plan. Yeah, so Wildheart Entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is one of those tricky words to spell, so spell check that.
Yeah.
And
Go to the link. I'll put the link up for everybody.
yeah.
Yay. Well, Shereen, I want to thank you so much. First of all, and you guys, Shereen and I met because she invited me to do, one of these interviews, and I was like, woo. And so, I mean, we hit it off. We're like sisters. I'm like 80 years older than her, but that's okay.
Yeah, and then after we talked, we realized the angels brought us together, and now I'm an angel alchemist as well. So it's all, you never know what's going to come from this path.
You never know what's going to come. And that's just another example of soul-centered business, is that spirit ends up making you, like, connecting you with people for lots of different reasons. And so, and those of us who are kind of dialed into our intuition and to spirit, it's like you're following the flow step by step. So we want more of that for everyone. And I'm so grateful to be participating in this summit, Shereen. I thank you so much for inviting me, and also for joining our special Angel Alchemy Academy.
Yeah, I'm super pumped about everything and what's to come. And thank you so much for taking the time also to share this with your amazing tribe of people. So,
oh yeah, it's my pleasure. I really believe in this. I really believe in it. It is, my life has been one miracle after another, especially when I started listening to my heart's desires about stepping out into the world and making something happen. So please, everybody who's feeling called, do sign up, click the link, sign up, and then we will party.
yay!
Yay! Okay, bye everybody. Thanks so much, Shereen.